Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot.
Hi everyone and welcome to Chinese Pod. My name is Joe.
Hi， 大家好，欢迎来到中文播客，我是庆林。
In this lesson, we are going to talk about things that you can do or cannot do, and what is the verb we are using here?
能，不能。
And what would be some things that we can do here in Chinese Pod?
能说话。
Like to speak, so we can speak here. And what would be some things that we cannot do?
不能吃东西。
Yeah, during class, of course, we're not eating food. You can eat some food, but we are not. Okay, so let's talk about 能 in this lesson.
先生，这里不能吃东西。
对不起，我不知道。那能喝水吗？
可以。先生，这里不能吃东西。
对不起，我不知道。那能喝水吗？
可以。先生，这里不能吃东西。
对不起，我不知道。那能喝水吗？
可以。
Before we discuss the dialogue, let's break it down line by line.
先生，这里不能吃东西。
Mister, you're not allowed to eat here.
先生，这里不能吃东西。
Sir, you're not allowed to eat here.
先生，这里不能吃东西。对不起，我不知道。
Sorry, I didn't know.
对不起，我不知道。
Sorry, I didn't know.
对不起，我不知道。那能喝水吗？
Well then, can I drink water?
那能喝水吗？
Well then, can I drink water?
那能喝水吗？可以，
You can.
可以。
You can.
Hey guys, it's Michael here at Chinese Pod, and we want to say thank you to all of our faithful subscribers. If you're not registered yet, head over to ChinesePod.com now and get 20% off.
We got promo codes. Save your money. Promo codes. Learn Chinese. Register now at ChinesePod.com.
Use promo code GET20 at checkout to get 20% off your first year.
可以，
So apparently this guy eats in a place where he's not allowed to eat and then gets called out for it. So where do you think this is happening?
图书馆、
Maybe the library?
博物馆。
Oh yeah, museum is another place where you cannot eat. So this girl approaches him and says like, Mister.
先生，先生。
So this is just, you can call somebody Mister to just get his attention. And of course, if that guy would be a girl, then she could go, Miss.
小姐，
Or you can just go with an excuse me.
不好意思，
And then she starts, you cannot eat here.
这里不能吃东西。
So here we have some words. The first word is here.
这里，这里，
And then what we had already in our intro, like this, cannot do something.
不能，不能
And after that, it's only eat things.
吃东西。
So this 不能 is something we can use to say that you're not allowed to do something. And here it was to eat something. 吃, so cannot eat. How would we say this?
不能吃，
Lynn, what would be some other things that you may not be allowed to do in a museum?
这里不能拍照。
Oh yeah, maybe you're not allowed to take pictures in some areas.
拍照。这里不能大声说话。
Like don't talk too loudly. Don't talk in a big voice.
大声说话。
Okay, when we look at the sentence again, she says, here you are not allowed to do something. But where do I actually find the you in this Chinese sentence?
哦，这里你不能吃东西。
Okay, so it's actually there, but since it's clear from the context, we take this you, the ni, just out of the thing. So it doesn't mean here, this place is not allowed to eat. It's just here in this place, you are not allowed to eat.
这里你不能吃东西。
And in short,
这里不能吃东西。
and then he answers, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
对不起，我不知道。
You probably know the first part, the sorry part already.
对不起，
And then in the second part, we find the verb to know something.
知道，
And this together with 不 becomes not to know something.
不知道。
And this then all means I don't know, or it could be I didn't know, depending on the context. So here the thing he didn't know was that he's not allowed to eat. But you could use this phrase to answer when you don't know the answer to something as well. So for instance, I could ask you, do you know the president, the 13th president of the United States?
我不知道。
Actually, I don't know either. 我不知道. Or do you know my father's first name?
Sorry，我不知道。
Yeah, of course not. Okay, so he didn't know. And then he says, well, am I allowed to drink here?
那能喝水吗？
So the first part is just like a filler word. This is like well then or in that case.
那
And then we find our verb again to can or can do something.
能
And here it's able to drink, can drink.
能喝。
And what? Water. So am I able to drink water?
那能喝水吗？
Let's talk about this 能 here for a little. Because this 能 means to be able to do something, but is often used in a form of to have a permission or to be allowed to do something as well. And this is what we had here. So we had the term 能, to be allowed to do something or to be able to do something, and 不能, to not be able, to not be allowed to do something. So with this in mind, let's maybe turn around what we had in the beginning. In the beginning, we learned to say we are not allowed to take pictures. So now we can say I'm allowed to take pictures.
能拍照，
Or allowed to talk in a big voice.
能大声说话。
So those are statements. And if we want to turn this into questions, we can simply add a particle in the end.
吗？
And this then turns a statement
能拍照，
into a question.
能拍照吗？
Can I take pictures here? And the same could be working with eating.
能吃东西吗？
So this comes from the statement,
能吃东西。Joe, I have a question.
okay,
图书馆里能睡觉吗？
sleeping in the library. 不能.
啊，不能。中国图书馆里能睡觉。
Okay, true. In libraries in China or maybe even generally Asia, it's very common to see people just nap during like lunch break or during study hours, just like to nap for half an hour or an hour and then they continue studying. But if you ask me about Germany, I would say no, not really.
哦，德国图书馆里不能睡觉。
But here, the girl in our dialogue doesn't use 能 or 不能 to answer. What does she use?
可以，可
We often have people tell us things like,
I gave learning Mandarin a shot, but then I realized I really don't have enough time to commit to it.
folks who felt this way love Chinese Pod Recap. In as little as 90 seconds a day, you can refresh what you've learned so far while adding a bit of what's new to your daily learning. An innovative language learning tool to fit the busy, fast-paced lifestyle of today's professionals.
以
And this means to be allowed to do something as well. So here it shares the same meaning as 能, And this is why you often hear this answer, 可以, as well when you ask questions with 能. So let's say you ask me the same question with the library before.
图书馆里能睡觉吗？
中国可以，德国不可以。
哦。
And since they share the same meaning, you could ask the same question using the 可以 as well.
图书馆里可以睡觉吗？
So, are you allowed to sleep in the library? So with this all in mind, let's check out the dialogue again.
先生，这里不能吃东西。
对不起，我不知道。那能喝水吗？
可以。先生，这里不能吃东西。
对不起，我不知道。那能喝水吗？
可以。先生，这里不能吃东西。
对不起，我不知道。那能喝水吗？
可以。
今天我们学了能和不能。哎 ，Joe， 这里不能睡觉。这里不可以睡觉。
Okay, today we talked about things that you are allowed to do or are not allowed to do. And I'm, of course, not allowed to sleep here. But if you guys have any questions or want to share some sentence with us, you are, of course, allowed to leave them in the comments below.
你们可以留言。
Thank you for joining us today. I'm Joe.
我是庆玲，下次见，
拜拜。
拜拜。
Now, here's a vocabulary recap.
先生，
Mr.
这里
Here.
能
Can be able to.
不能
Cannot. Not be able to.
那
Well then,
可以
be allowed to.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number 4352. So just go to www.chinesepod.com/4352 and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/4352.
Chinese pot, Chinese pot.